The New Testament book says that Jesus is the mediator of a new covenant, because the first was faulty.
But what if the fault wasn't with the covenant at all, but with the people?
In Jeremiah 31:31, God said, "Not according to the covenant they break." This statement contradicts the New Testament statement in Hebrews 8:13 that says God himself made the original covenant old. If the covenant was broken by Israel, then it is Israel who made the covenant old, not God. When someone breaks a contract, it doesn't mean the contract was bad. It means someone breached it. In Torah terms, Israel broke the agreement. That's not the same as God canceling it.
In order to justify Jesus replacing God's laws, the Book of Changes claims that God made his own covenant old. But God didn't say he'd take the law out of the covenant. He said he'd write them somewhere deeper, our hearts. That's the new covenant.
Same law, new location, from stone tablets to fleshy hearts. God said, "I will write my Torah on their hearts."
Christian scholars get stuck on the word new, assuming it means different. But Jeremiah was describing a restoration of the laws, not a revision of them. In 1 Maccabees 3:21, the congregation were facing persecution and military ambush from the Grecian military, who were trying to force them to do away with their Torah laws and convert to the Grecian religion of human sacrifice, as described in 2 Maccabees 4, verses 19 and 20. High priest and military captain Judas Maccabees encouraged his troops for the battle, reminding them that they're fighting for both their lives and their laws.
Long after the so-called Old Covenant, the congregation still knew what was written. They honored their laws, they fought for their laws, and they died for their laws. Nobody forced them. It was the love of God's laws that were written on their hearts.
In this so-called New Covenant, the only thing that changed was the location of the law, not the law itself.
God first wrote his laws on stone, but the congregation often forgot about them, saw them as a burden, and had to wear special garments just to remember.
Then he wrote them on our hearts. No reminders needed, no mediator needed.
Because when God writes his laws on your heart out of unconditional love, you begin to unconditionally love what he wrote.